Backpacks have almost become a necessity for today's students. They're great for carrying all those books from class to class, they provide a fun way for kids to show off their personality, and they're the leading cause of back strain among children. A backpack that is too heavy or worn improperly can strain a child's back, neck, and shoulders and lead to poor posture.
The majority of the emergency cases we see for kids have to do with injuries they've sustained either from slips and falls or from playing games like kids do. We've seen 4 already this year where kids have strained their low back or their neck from having too heavy of a backpack. If it wasn't weighted correctly, or if it was real heavy and they slipped and fell and the backpack jostled them, it's like being in a car accident for some of them.
But there are some things that you can do to prevent these injuries.
There's 4 things I recommend immediately. First of all, 10 to 15% of your child's body weight and no heavier than that. So if you've got an 80-pound child, you want between 8 and 12 pounds of stuff in that backpack and no more. Their bodies cannot support that kind of pressure. The second thing, you gotta get padded straps. I treat too many collarbone weaknesses and sometimes stress fractures from backpacks digging in to the way these children are walking. Make sure these straps, the collar straps, are padded. Make sure there's a waist belt. When that's on and can be strapped on, it diverts pressure from the upper part of the back. It makes sure that when the child takes a step, the whole pack moves with them. And the other thing is, if you can, get a backpack that's designed to take the heavier weight at the top rather than at the bottom. Keep that backpack close to you. The further away we move things, the heavier they get effectively.
Although wearing backpacks properly can eliminate many of these problems, managing the contents of the backpack is just as important.
There has to be some middle ground reached. There has to be maybe a system where they have the books or something available online so they can access it at home, or placing lockers at different intervals throughout the school. You can't just say, reduce the weights in the backpack without giving a realistic interpretation of what that really means for kids. They've got to read, they've got to study, they've got to learn. Let's find a way to get them to do that without having that heavy weight in there all the time.
With these tips, you can make sure that the only stress your kids have this school year is from the pop quizzes. For Health File, I'm Joe Duvall.